Yeah, you're good.
It has long been known that even greater than food, we need water to survive. In fact, it's recommended that we drink about 8 glasses of water a day. But what happens when the one thing we need the most becomes something that abuses our environment? By this, we're talking about what goes into the creation and production and also the consumption of bottled water. So we have to ask ourselves, can we truly drink bottled water guilt-free? Well, today I want to dive into our use of bottled water and explore how it negatively affects our environment due to landfill pollution, due to ocean pollution, and due to excessive use of petroleum in production and transportation. I also want to showcase a couple of simple alternatives to using bottled water. Now, before we dive into the negative effects, we must look at why bottled water is so heavily used and why its use is increasing over the years. Well, for starters, bottled water is convenient. How many times have we run to the refrigerator to grab a bottle of water on our way out the door? Second, bottled water is thought to be more pure. Marketing has done a great job of convincing us that bottled water is the only way to go, especially in recent years. And lastly, bottled water is a healthy alternative to soda and other bottled beverages. So as health studies and trends rise, so does the use of bottled water. In fact, according to the National Resource Defense Council, well over half of Americans drink bottled water regularly, which means more than twice per week. So what effect does bottled water have on our environment? Well, the most obvious issue lies no further than our landfills. It's no secret that our landfills are filling up faster than they can decompose. And a large contributor to this is the plastic from bottled water. As alluded to a moment ago, over half of Americans are going through several bottles of water per day and some per week. That's around 29 billion bottles finding their way into landfills each year. Yes, there's the option of recycling, but unfortunately the facts are these, that for every 6 bottles we use, only 1 makes it into the recycling bin. So what does an overflowing landfill mean for our environment? Well, it means heightened toxins, including many carcinogens, and they're seeping into the ground and the air. And they're making their way back into the very water that we're trying to purify and filter. Now, our land is not the only natural resource being affected by water bottle pollution. Since landfills are subject to the elements, wind is a huge culprit in spreading trash debris into our lakes, our oceans, and other waterways. Again, plastic from bottled water being a huge increasing contributor to this plastic waste. According to the Sea Education Association, to a turtle, a floating plastic bag looks just like a jellyfish, and plastic pellets, which are the small hard pieces of plastic from which plastic is made, looks like fish eggs to birds. Further, drifting nets of plastic entangle marine life, making it hard for them to move or eat. Now, all of these factors are killing off vital parts of our aquatic ecosystem. According to UNEP, which is the United Nations Environment Program, the plastic found in the ocean is responsible for the death of more than 1 million birds, turtles, and other species of fish. Even more shocking is the fact that plastic acts as a sponge for pollutants. So in other words, the animals that are ingesting this plastic are consuming high levels of very concentrated poison. Probably the least obvious effect that bottled water has on our environment is its use of petroleum in production and transportation. According to a study funded by the National Geographic, approximately 17 million barrels of oil, enough to run 1 million cars for a whole year, are used in making plastic water bottles. This doesn't even include the transportation of the bottles to businesses and homes. To put this even further in perspective, if you fill up a water bottle a quarter of the way with oil, this is about the amount it took to make that one single bottle. As mentioned before, transporting cases of water to stores and homes soak up even that much more petroleum. There are even options in America to have cases of bottled water delivered directly to your homes as often as bi-weekly. A simple Google search will lead you to many companies that are ready to deliver these bottled water cases directly to your homes and to your front door. Again, using that much more petroleum to unnecessarily deliver something that is found no further than your kitchen sink. Now, as we dive into some solutions, I understand there are thousands of other products that use plastic as a container. but none are as easy to do away with as bottled water. We must look back at the reasoning behind drinking bottled water and ask ourselves, are there better alternatives? So let's revisit a couple of those reasons. In terms of bottled water being more pure, well, tap water is not always the monster that it's made out to be. You must get your tap water tested. In fact, EPA has a water quality report for every area, including your area. You may find that your water is not as scary as bottled water companies want you to believe. In fact, the National Resource Defense Council just concluded a 4-year study on the regulations of bottled water. They indeed concluded that bottled water companies are highly underregulated compared to the very regulated government-regulated tap water. So these advertisements promising trickling water from the purest mountain directly into your bottle are nothing more than marketing ploys. If the taste of tap water still doesn't sound appealing, there are options of purifying your very own tap water. But knowing which one to go with means getting your water tested and determining which one works best for you. On a smaller scale, faucet filters do a decent job of filtering the basics and taking that bad taste out of your water. According to Brita, one of the leaders in small-scale home filtration, one Brita filter can replace 300 bottles of water. However, let's say that you need something a little more intense, your water needs to be filtered a little more, and you want to use it for more than just drinking. Another great alternative is a reverse osmosis filter, which is installed under your kitchen sink, and there's actually a separate spout that comes out beside your kitchen faucet. This is an effective way to have filtered water from a separate spout, which can be used for drinking, cooking, and so on. Now, in terms of bottled water being convenient, with one of the home filtration methods previously mentioned, you can easily purchase a few reusable bottles on the go and have them ready in your refrigerator to grab. You may be surprised that it's actually less expensive to look at other options than purchasing bottled water. Brita, the company mentioned a moment ago, claims to save its customers an average of $600 annually if they make the switch. Now, in all, we must sense the urgency to stop purchasing bottled water. From overflowing landfills to polluted oceans to overuse of petroleum, we must realize that there are alternatives to leaving a negative mark on this earth. Please join me and save your wallet, save our resources, and save our environment. Thank you.